What's up YouTube, it's Steve and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing this, the spatchcock chicken on the Pit Boss Kamado smoker, so stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? So like I said in the intro, we're doing a spatchcock chicken today on the Pit Boss Kamado smoker. But before we get started, you're probably wondering where's the part where I actually spatchcock the chicken and do all the rub and everything on it. Well, this video was actually started, the initial part of it was started at about 1 o'clock this morning. So at that time, that's when I was doing the spatchcock and putting the rub and everything on it. Unfortunately, the camera that I was recording on, I actually had it set to record in slow motion. So when I was going back to try and edit this stuff before I went to bed, I found that everything is in slow motion, even my initial intro. So of course all of that is scrap, and what you see right now is where I'm picking up at. I'm right now just waiting on the coals to get warm, and at that point I'm going to bring the bird out and then we'll throw it on the grill. So just wanted to let you know, I'll let you guys know, see what the bird actually looks like before we put it on the grill, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so like I said, I was going to show you the chicken before we put it on the smoker, so this is it. I got it in this aluminum foil pan. It's not really doing it much justice, but this is what we got it in right now. So a quick recap of what I did was I simply took a pair of kitchen shears and cut the backbone completely out of it in order to get it to lay flat like this, where the legs kind of turn in, where you're able to get to all of the meat and season it this way. All you have to do is simply, once you remove the backbone and flip it over, there's the top of the breastbone, the piece there. You can crack that one of two ways. You can take your kitchen shears and just pop down on the back handle of it and it'll pop, or you can take a sharp knife and just kind of saw through it a little bit and press completely down. Once I did, what I did was I actually sawed through it with the knife a little bit, turn it over so it's like this here, and then press down on the breast, and you'll hear that the bones actually pop and come apart. And so once that happens, then your bird is pretty much flat like this. What I did after that was I took a little bit of olive oil, put it both on the inside and outside. I want to make sure that this bird is completely seasoned. I want to be able to taste the rubs in it. And what I did was I used some SPG, both inside and out. And then the rub that we're using is the Kansas City Touch of Cherry barbecue rub by Three Little Pigs. This is it right here. You've seen me use this on other cooks before and talk about it. I just think it's a really nice rub. And again, while we're waiting on the pit to come up to temp, I think I'll just hit this with a little bit more. One of the things that I was talking about in the video footage that was lost is making sure that you don't be afraid to go ahead and hit the bird with seasoning. One of the problems that I did on some of my earlier cooks was being a little leery of putting too much seasoning for fear of not getting much of the meat taste. And what I found is, well, I got plenty of great taste as far as the meat is concerned. I didn't taste a lot of the rub. So don't be afraid to go a little extra heavy on the rub just to make sure it gets penetrated. Now the last thing that we're going to do before we take this out to the smoker is I'm just going to hit this with a little bit of the my spritzing rub right here. Coming up speechless today, but I'm just hitting that with it because it's got a really nice smell to it, gives the meat a nice flavor, a nice taste, and then it also adds a little moisture. And I'm gonna hit this again after it's been on the grill for about an hour. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna head on out to the smoker. All right, so we got our smoker up to temp now. It's going a little warmer than I wanted. I wanted it about 325, but it's going about 400. What I was planning on doing was smoking this at 325 for about an hour to an hour and a half, but with it running at about 400, it's going to be done considerably quicker than what we planned. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and roll with it. I am going to be using my deflector plate in here We're not going to be doing this over direct heat. And all we're going to do is just take the chicken and just sit it like this. Just sit it out flat. And don't want these wingtips to burn up. And so to try and keep this fire from running up here, like it's trying to do in the back, we're going to move this forward a little bit. And okay, so we're going to smoke this right now. I've got a timer set for 45 minutes. So we're smoking this over cherry wood. Like I said, we got that touch of cherry rub on it and then going with that cherry wood. So I'm kind of anticipating a really nice, rich red cherry flavor, or color rather. And then probably in about 30 minutes, we're going to go ahead and spritz it down with a little bit of our spritz concoction here. So I'll let you guys see what that looks like when I check it out. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're at the 45-minute mark. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it. And looking pretty good. You see that it's around the edges there, that it's really juicy. Don't want to keep this lid up too long, so what I'm just going to do, since this is about the halfway mark, we're just going to go ahead and hit this with a little bit of base, just to try and keep it moist. And what I'm going to do is get some aluminum foil and wrap the wingtips. Alright, so I'll see you guys once it's done. Alright guys, so we're at the 90-minute mark. My timer just went off, and this is what it looks like here. Looks really, really good. I love that color on it. So we're going to go ahead and pull this off and take it in now. So as you can see, I went ahead and covered up the wingtips to keep them from getting too dark. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pull this off. Man, this thing is ready. It's juicy. I may need both hands for this. So we're just going to take it in now and let it rest. Alright guys, so we finished smoking the chicken, and before we go ahead and do the taste test and everything, just a quick recap of what we did. Cut the backbone out of it. Go ahead and rubbed it down with some olive oil and then put our rub on it. In this case we used salt, pepper, and garlic, and the touch of cherry barbecue rub. And then we set it back in the fridge. I finished that up last night, put it back in the fridge just until I got ready to go out here on the smoker a little while ago. I took it out and we smoked it over some cherry wood for about 90 minutes. After that, I took it off, brought it in the house. It's been sitting here for quite a while, far longer than 30 minutes. But anyway, everything is done now, so we're going to go ahead and cut into it and see how it looks. Alright, so man, this tray is still pretty warm. So this is what it looks like, the finished product. Now, we'll give you one tip. Earlier I was telling you about how to go ahead and get this so that it can lay flat. If you happen to cut around that breastbone and actually remove it, it makes it lay even flatter, and then you don't have any problem with having to cut around any bones or anything like what I'm going to have to do here when I cut this. But even in cutting through this, you see the knife is just cutting right through this. This is like butter. So we're just going to take a little piece from the side here. I tell you, this is really juicy. Here's a piece of it here. So, This is definitely smoked all the way through. You can taste the cherry wood. So this really came out really good. What I'm learning about is mixing the appropriate woods and rubs to get a more balanced flavor, and this was pretty easy. It was just a matter of mixing cherry wood and cherry rub, and we got a really nice color as well as a nice mild to medium smoky flavor. So this was one of the better ones that I've done, and I'm really excited about using that Pit Boss or the Kamado to make these types of recipes. So if you guys like this, let me know down in the comment section below. If you have any questions or comments, otherwise drop that below and I will be sure to respond to you. Make sure you hit that notification, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification so that you get notified whenever I release new videos. And if you haven't done so, please consider sharing with others. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.